What's up, everybody? Not your average dude here, and I already made a. I'm making a video about taking care of a bearded dragon, and I'm doing this out of, but I want you guys to know what to do, because at first I was confused. I know what you're thinking. I only just got my bearded dragon. Well, he's happy and healthy. As you can see, right there, that's that's his heat lamp, because they're reptiles, and reptiles are cold-blooded, so he needs heat. Anyways, so I'm gonna be making a video about how to take care of it, what to feed it, and hopefully I inspire you to get one. So first I started with see, I asked a lot of questions when I got mine. I asked the people at the shop where I got them from, and they actually recommended a smaller container than the one I already have them in. But you need probably at least a 10-gallon fish tank or something of the same size, similar at least, because they grow up to like 2 feet long, including the tail. But yeah, and then I'm gonna go briefly into, actually not briefly, I'm gonna go very specific into feeding, what you feed a bearded dragon. So right now the cap isn't on it because that's what I put his feed in, and I put his feeds in there now. So I got this stuff where I bought him. Well, actually I didn't buy him, my grandmother did. Thank you, Grandma. And I got a baby bearded dragon. It's fine if you get a grown-up one. It's just better to have a baby one so you can track its progress, get to know its preferences, and they live longer. So yeah, it just says juvenile. Here, I'll let you see it. Juvenile bearded dragon food. It looks like this. Bunch of pebbles. Yeah. But I would also, if you can, I can't because I live so far away from a pet store, I if you can, get a lot of crickets. They can eat up to 24 to 60 crickets a day. And then get them little snacks. Like, I use this. They're called mealworms. And yeah, they're pretty easy to find. They're like a universal feed, basically. And then obviously you get a heat lamp. I actually got one by mistake. It's a black nightlight bulb, but it still emits heat. It's just better for their eyes when it's on at night. And I leave bearded dragons go up to 24 hours without a heat source and room temperature. I leave it on for 12 hours. So like I have school, right? I wake up at 6:30. When I get up at 6:30, I turn on the lamp. I feed him, give him some water, and I go to school. And then when I come back, I wait till 6:30. I empty out his food bowl. Just give him a little bit of food, just in case he gets hungry again. Some water, refill his water, or give it clean water if it's, nasty. And yeah, and then at 6:30, I unplug the lamp. And throughout the night, if it seems like he's getting a little cold, plug it in for like half an hour. But I would suggest this one because it's not as hot as regular lamps, and you don't want to dry him out. He likes the heat, but he doesn't like too much heat. So I would really recommend this stuff. It's called Aquaculture and Black Nightlight Bulb Incandescent Reptile Lighting. It's good for their eyes, gives them vitamins. Yeah. And then vegetables. Bearded dragons are omnivores, so that means they eat vegetables and meat. Now, I give them, when I feed them 80% meat and 20% vegetables. Well, that's only for juveniles. When when they're bigger, you should feed them 60% meat and 40% vegetables. So what I do, I give them vegetables or fruits. You can do both or whatever, because that's actually how they get the water. Like, if you wet the lettuce first and put it in there and they eat it, they get hydrated. They can also drink from a water dish, but usually that's just where they take craps and pee. Um, yeah, so that's really basic. I'll go get them right now. Now, one step back at having this light is that cages like this, if you have them in like a high enough spot, like foot and a half away, it takes a long time for the heat to reach it. So I put it on top of a stack of books and whatnot. So I would do that. So it's like about 6 inches away, maybe 4. Oh yeah, and these pets are really great to have because they interact with you. They have personality. If you get a chameleon, yeah, sure they're cooler, I guess you could say. No, not really actually. They just change color. Big deal, right? Um, cool thing is, you can just pick it up, put it on your shoulder, and walk. Just walk. It absorbs your heat. I mean, unless you're out in freezing weather, which don't bring them out in freezing weather. It's kind of an obvious. You'll stay warm. Um, and what am I gonna say? I completely lost my train of thought. Oh, I'll show you what I mean. See? He's not jumping. You see that? I put him on my shirt. See? Pet him. Put him back in his cage. You want to hold him as much as you can without disrupting his eating and or drinking or pooping. Wait until after they poop, because it takes them about 6 to 8 hours for them to, if they've been eating right, to uh, have another bowel movement. So this guy's name is Tyler. I call him Ty. Yeah, and try to keep the humidity down to a low, because the humidity, it goes on their skin and it can create a fungus, which really isn't good for them. But also, here's another thing. Give them baths. I give mine 1 to 2 baths a week, because their underside and their scales, that's how they hydrate as well. Do it. You know, when you take a shower and you have certain heat preference, do water that's slightly warmer than you'd want. Because if you give cold water, it's just gonna freeze and be stunned or die, and you don't want that to happen. So yeah, just put it in warm water, then put water in here and just start petting him on the back. He won't like it at first, I'm telling you. He'll try and climb out and whatnot, but just pet him, and then he'll stay calm, and he'll get used to it. But yeah, that's that. Vegetables that you can feed them: carrots, lettuce, tomatoes, and spinach and kale. And fruits are grapes, apples. I don't know about bananas, raisins, obviously. Um, but yeah, see, I refed them in the morning, but I gave him a little snack in case he gets hungry. So I don't have any crickets, but I did the pellets, and then I sprinkled some mealworms on, just a little bit. It gives them a treat, and it's actual meat. Well, this has actual meat in it, but you know what I mean. And the reason I say get crickets if you can is because when they see living creatures, that triggers a hunting instinct that they have, and makes them more intrigued to eat. So don't, if your dragon is already used to eating, what do you call it? Crickets when you get it from the pet store, which they probably will. Buy a bag of crickets if you don't want to go every day to the pet store and get crickets. Buy a bag of crickets, and then buy this stuff too. And what I do is I get a dish, and then I fill it with pellets and the mealworms. Remember, if it's juvenile, 80% meat, 20% vegetables. And I put some vegetables and whatnot. Wet the vegetables first so they get some water. But yeah, and then I put in live crickets, and then it'll eat that, and then it'll get used to having that with the crickets, and it'll start eating that. And then after a while, you can just stop giving it crickets. But yeah, that's that. And clean the cage regularly. They poop and pee like twice a day, so you can either wait for the second poop or clean it every time. Doesn't matter. But clean it once a day. And yeah, get a 10-gallon fish tank or something similar size, because this isn't gonna do for a 2-foot long thing. But that's that. And good luck with your bearded dragon, or good luck getting one. And I hope everything goes well. So peace out.